Good morning, Mr. Acting Mayor and members of Council. This year marks the bicentennial of the War of 1812. Specifically, the United States of America declared war on England and its territories, including what would become Canada, on June 18, 1812. The city of Mississauga, formerly Toronto Township, has some significant connections to the war in the form of past residents who volunteered to serve with the militia during the war, largely along the Niagara frontier. Volunteer militiamen from Toronto Township were involved in various capacities during the war, with some serving in support-oriented duties with the embodied militia, and others seeking action as volunteer members of the 1st and 2nd Flank companies of the 2nd Regiment of the York Militia. Through this dedicated service, many of our militiamen were present and participated in some of the major engagements during the course of the war, including the battles of Chippewa, Burlington Heights, Fort Detroit, Fort Erie, Fort George, Fort York, Kings Head Inn, Lundy's Lane, Queenston Heights, St. David's, Stony Creek, and others.
Ladies and gentlemen of Council! Ladies and gentlemen of Council!
Sir, the podium is yours.
I am Lieutenant Star Jarvis, son of Adjutant General Stephen Jarvis of York. By command of Attorney General Lieutenant Colonel John MacDonald, I present you with an urgent communication from Major General Brock, Administrator of Upper Canada, Commander of the Forces of Upper Canada, and President of the Executive Council, delivered from Fort George. My citizen army. I lament that I cannot deliver this missive in person, but I grant authority hereto to the person of Lieutenant Frederick Starr Jarvis to act on behalf of this immediate matter. Whereas on the 18th day of June, last, the Congress of the United States of America declared that war then existed between the states and their territories and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland and the dependencies thereof. And whereas, in pursuance of such declaration, the subjects of the United States have actually committed hostilities against the possessions of His Majesty and the persons and property of his subjects in this province. Now, therefore, by and with the authority of the Executive Council of this province, I do here strictly enjoin and require all His Majesty's subjects to be obedient to the lawful authorities to forbear all communications with the enemy or persons residing within the United States, and to manifest their loyalty by a zealous cooperation with His Majesty's land force in defense of this province and repulse of the enemy. And I do further require and command all officers, civil and military, to be vigilant in the discharge of their duty, especially to prevent all communication with the enemy, and to cause all persons suspected of traitorous behavior, to be apprehended and treated according to law. Signed, Isaac Brock, Commander, 49th Regiment. Ladies and gentlemen of Council, a state of war now exists. By the Militia Act, you yourselves are exempt from service, unless your conscience were to dictate your willingness to volunteer and lead your citizens into conflict.
Count me in, Lieutenant Jarvis. As long-standing member of this community and member of this council, I am willing to serve His Majesty.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Count me in as well, Lieutenant Jarvis. Please add my name to the volunteers roster. I will lay down my life for the Crown and the colonies.
You go first.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. We are honored to have you join us. I understand that despite this territory's rather small population, a great number of men have come forward to perform their loyal duty. And we believe that war will be on our shores and our persons at any moment, and the time to prepare and act is upon you. I am, ladies and gentlemen, faithfully yours. To arms! Huzzah for the militia! God save the King! Huzzah! Huzzah! Thank you.
That was fun. Can we do that every week?
1837 is coming.